It finds the worst frame.
I know. That's why I started it, and I'm freezing. You guys, I'm pausing just like this so that hopefully the thumbnail.
I did a lot. I know live. I posted a video. I guess I went in the live so maybe it's different. I posted a video on my Jonathan Murray music page, and literally the absolute worst frame it could have pulled. It pulled. It was like me going. It was like singing. So if you guys are interested, it's gonna use that. It's gonna use that picture of me.
I hope so. Can you just... All right, I'm going to put you in a tripod because...
Hopefully it'll work with your little thing there.
Oh, in the case. Go. Oh, don't press that button.
I'm not trying to press
That'll
that
hang up on them. Oh, no.
Ah.
Okay.
But it's too high.
It's a little high. There we go. Hi, guys. Sorry for the technical... You'd think that we would know how to do this after... Where are you now?
I don't know. It's okay.
You'd think we would know how to do this after however many years.
But we just kicked it away from me.
I was trying to get the baby in there. Everyone wants
the baby. That's true. They don't want me. Get the baby in there. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Today is a day. Ooh, it's been a few days, hasn't it, babe?
I think you're... Well, maybe, but also...
You think
what? You have a dramatic flair.
I don't have a dramatic flair.
You have
I have a flair for the dramatic.
That's true.
But I don't have a dramatic flair. Okay.
Don't let this fool you. I have showered. Gave the baby a bath. He had his first bath, actually. And his hair is all fuzzy now. He's got this little old man hair situation. I put on some makeup.
You look nice. You look lovely. I'm just
Thank you.
Throw it out there.
I feel human for the first time in the 3 weeks. Actually, a little bit longer than that. But it has been... My mom left on Friday
morning.
And his mom had come for Tyler's birthday, and she also left Friday. And, okay, there's it's mixed feelings about it, because... I kind of miss my mom already and her help, because now I'm a little bit more up and okay, let's get some things done, and I can help now, but then now I'm on my own. But also I didn't see her much. I think the day before she left was the most I saw her the whole 3 weeks she was here, because I was kind of tucked away resting a lot, and she was helping with the kids and cleaning and keeping on top of all that. So we didn't even really get to visit. So I miss her. But I was also ready to have our own space back. To just, it's sometimes it's better to just jump in and sink or swim.
Yeah. I mean, eventually you have to.
Eventually you have to. You have to figure it out. It's like riding a bike. Your parent can hold on to that bike for you forever, but really they can't. You'll never learn. So at some point they just have to shove you, and you might fall a few times, but you're gonna figure it out. That is what has happened this weekend, and it needed to happen.
Well, we're still on the bike, and it's wobbling.
The bike's wobbling.
It's a wobbly bike. But it's getting less wobbly as each day goes on.
John's wobbling more than me. I'm just putting my feet down. When it starts to wobble, I'm okay, hold on. Right. Regroup, everyone.
It's hard. Regroup. It's hard to put your feet down when you have a 2-year-old on a tricycle that's riding off ahead of you. So it's you can't stop because the 2-year-old's going, and he's driving towards danger. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. There's danger ahead, and so Israel's not really driving anything or in danger in any capacity. He's just busy. He just is danger.
No,
that's the thing. His middle name, Pilot Ranger Danger. Oh, I don't know. Maybe that's a thing. If that's a thing, let me know. But he is just... If you're not on top of that kid, he is doing something, writing on walls, dumping out bags of cereal.
Sorry, John.
So cute.
Look at it.
Dumping out bags of cereal on the floor.
They get it. They have had children. They understand. Toddlers, especially toddler boys,
He's another
are
level.
busy, I know, but we don't need to just complain about it.
I'm not complaining about it. I'm informing everyone about the stage of life that we're in.
They get it.
With this child who is one of my favorite children out of all of our children. You know, he's at least in my top 8 of all our children. But it's been exhausting.
I think.
And trying to keep the house in order. That's what I was trying to say. It's like he's full time. You got to be full time on him, but you also have other kids making messes here and there. So it's just trying to go.
I think it's. I mean, it feels like.
What's it feel like?
Well, I was in the middle of a thought, and then you took over with a whole rabbit trail. So I'm trying to get back to what was I saying?
You were saying.
Oh, bittersweet about being on our own, because it is a sink or swim. We have to figure it out. I was saying I'm sad that they left, but also like kind of glad because our girls were all sleeping upstairs, all 6 of them together. And that's fine for a while, but like long term, none of them were really sleeping good. They're way off the routine we had beforehand. And hi. And we're still working on figuring out what the new routine is with him involved. So it's like this like limbo phase of, yes, we have extra help, but the new structure hasn't been figured out. The new normal hasn't been figured out. So we're kind of just like bobbing along with whatever. And my mom she did a really good job of getting the girls to do their chores every day and like keeping on top of the things. John's a little burnout chasing after Israel. But I think you're just burnt out in general. Like, I feel like you just need a little vacation.
Send me away, babe.
I will. Bye. Anyway, so that's kind of where we're at, is like this, we needed to have everybody go so that we could figure out which way is up again and how do we need to do this. So I made a chore chart, like revamped what do we need to do in the morning, around lunchtime, at dinner time, like little kids, what are your routines and rhythms, put it all on paper, trying to just, find a new groove.
Get it working again.
Find
Get the
a new
machine
groove.
going.
But I'm also trying very hard to keep resting because I'm still only like 3-ish weeks postpartum, and I was fine with that. Like with my first 1, 2, 3 kids, it was like, all right, I'm like back, bouncing back, baby.
Back.
But the more kids you have, the more increased risks of like bleeding postpartum, which I thankfully have never had an issue. I remember with Everly, this is baby number 5, the midwife wanted to give me a shot of Pitocin after she was born, just in case I was bleeding too much. And I was like, well, hold on, before you shove that needle in my leg, can we just like talk about it and see if I'm bleeding too much? And I wasn't, and I didn't need it. So my point is, I've always been like, my body, my uterus is like, I got the memo, I know what to do, and not had an issue with a lot of bleeding, thank the Lord. But I read something about somebody had a postpartum hemorrhage like after 3 weeks, or like, they said it can happen up to like 3 months after birth. And so I was like, oh, and the more children you have, the more increased your risks are. So that's kind of made me like really serious. One, I want to soak up all the time with this sweet little boy that I can. Don't worry, my hair's not in his face. It's over here to the side. 2, I will never get over that. I'm sorry. I sound salty, but it's not. It's just me being funny. Okay, now my hair's in his face. What was I saying? I don't even know. Oh, but it makes me even more cautious about like, okay, let's get back into life, but not overdo it, because I don't want to risk anything, obviously. So, yeah, Heather just said she hemorrhaged after her twins, and then again a month later.
Oh my gosh.
And that comes from the culture of like, bounce back, get back to business. You want to say hi?
You can say hi, but you can't touch
Don't touch it. Just say hi. You want to sit with me? Okay.
Oh, can you see with me?
Yeah, he's gonna shower with me. Hi. Also, this little boy came to, came to sleep in the middle of the night. Not sleep, he was crying and crying and crying. And I was like, John, I think he wants mom. So he came to hang out with me and Cohen. John's been sleeping in his room to help him go to sleep at night when he wakes back up so that he doesn't just.
You can't touch it.
Because I'm already up all night.
You can't touch it.
Do you want a snack?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? You want to go get a snack real quick? But, yeah, so I had an extra visitor last night. And that's been I think that's also exhausting for John because he's like waking up at night with Israel. He goes back to sleep, but he wakes up then at 6 o'clock in the morning. It's a lot. We're hanging on with little to no sleep. Anyway, trying to rest, trying to bounce back slowly, trying to juggle like doing things, managing the home and the kids, but not overdoing it myself. So it's just like finding that sweet spot. Like if I start bleeding, then I'm like, okay, I'm going to lay down and rest. Because like it had stopped completely, but then when I get up to like sweep the floors or whatever, it starts. Again, our kids are really great at helping with things when they know we need them to. So they all have chores. So for the most part, like I start the laundry, and you switch it over. I usually run a load at night, put it in the dryer. And then in the morning, Adeline sorts it into their 6 bins in the laundry room. So she sorts the laundry and then all the kids put theirs away. One of the girls puts the dishes from dinner away that are like clean because we still don't have a dishwasher. One of them washes the breakfast dishes. One of them like feeds the dogs. Like one of them wipes the table and sweeps. So we've got the beginnings of a system, but we're kind of run ragged right now. And I think that's just the normal. You know, it also like takes time to adjust. Anytime you have a new little life, look how cute he is though. He's out. He's all sweaty. I'm outside. I wanted to get some fresh air, so I did, but it's a little humid. Whoa, where are you going? I'm trying to show you to everyone. Yeah, he had a bath, and so he's like super mellowed out and just snoozing. These cute little feet, you guys. I will never get over the preciousness of newborns. And like the fact that, you know, less than a month ago, he wasn't here. He was in my belly. It's so weird. So weird. But, that's where we're at. That's where we're at. We're in that beautiful, blissful newborn stage, trying to not rush it, trying to not let it like go through my fingers like sand. I'm trying to hold on and soak it all in, but also realizing that we have 7 other kids that need some consistency and routine. And John is good at a lot of things, but micromanaging is not one of them.
It's not.
I know.
I'd rather just do it myself than
but no, you wouldn't.
or not do it at all.
He'd rather
but it's just like
compartmentalize and pretend it doesn't exist.
It just feels overwhelming. I don't know. And if I don't have a list specifically for what and I haven't set the expectation, especially if it's like if they're like eating breakfast and then they're about to run out the door to go play or go run downstairs to play or something, it's hard for me to like stop them in the middle of that and be like, hey, hold on, wait, no, go pick that up real fast. Unless I've already told them like beforehand, hey, you need to make sure you do this.
Well, I have no problem. Rein in the fun
That's why
until
you're supposed to be
you
the
pick
one
up
who does
after
that
yourself.
stuff. I'm the one supposed to be the fun guy. You're supposed to be the one who lays down
The fun
and
guy.
enforces the rules. I help establish the rules.
Crystal has arrived. Crystal, come get this guy.
I help establish the rules with you. Together we establish the rules, and then you enforce the rules. While I stand back and go,
right.
Listen to your mother. And then I'm also like, sorry guys, that's what she wants. I don't know. Just do what she says, okay?
I'm just ignoring all of this. Only because it directly contradicts everything else that you want.
I'm just kidding.
Anyway.
No,
I'm
John. Kidding. I know it's a joke, people.
He's joking. Well,
I mean, it is hard for me. I don't like doing it, but I understand that we do it and we need to do it.
To teach, you said do. to teach the kids, to get them to the point of doing it themselves, of going, oh, I'm done playing with this, let me put it away, instead of let me leave it on the floor or the table or whatever and just do something else. It does require, hey, stop, do this, like over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. I read a study that said that children who have nagging moms grow up to be successful. And I realize, love you, Mom, but
successful kids.
But that's why I am like, I don't know though, because I can be really disorganized and chaotic. But I also like when I can, you know, see the things. It's probably just because my mom was like that growing up. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
I don't see it. Maybe it's just is it a like man and woman thing, like where a man doesn't see the house being out of order? Like, no. I can see like my outside being out of order. Like I can see the lawn when it needs to be cut. I can see when there's trash and when there's things that need to be picked up. And I'm like, oh man, that looks horrible. But it's like so inside, funny. I'm like, this is not that bad.
I think it's more in how you grow up. Like your mom worked, you know, in some of those formative years.
Are you saying I'm lazy? Is that what you're saying?
No, lazy is not the right word. Just not attentive to details. And also just like okay with, I don't know. My mom kept a like tidy home, but I remind her when she was here that me and my brothers went to school for 8 hours a day and she was home. So like that's 8 uninterrupted hours that you got to clean and chillax and recoup. Sometimes it seems easier. I wouldn't change homeschooling our kids for the world, but it does make it harder when everybody's home all day. So like everything that they are doing, even schoolwork, it's getting out books and papers and things, so, and art projects and whatever. So like it's just messes. But I do think we're doing a pretty good job, considering.
I think so.
It's a little messy out here. It's a little messy everywhere, but it's not a lot messy anywhere.
Yeah, our house is at least in a position that if someone were to come over, like, hey, I'm heading to your house.
We wouldn't be mortified.
I wouldn't, A, be mortified, but B, we could, like, if there was any areas where, like, oh, that's kind of messy, it would take us, like, 2 minutes to pick it up.
Yeah.
So that's nice. I appreciate that.
Carol said she thinks you're a very good husband and dad, and you can do well around the house. And I agree.
Thank you, Carol.
He can.
Thank you, Carol. That's all I need was some encouragement.
He just doesn't like to. That's the difference. He can do it. He just doesn't like. No, we've talked about this, though. And not, like, this is not me, like, bashing. We've had the conversation before where he's like, I just don't see it. Like, you walk in the room and you're like, oh, that thing is on the floor. And I'm like, would have literally never seen it in a million years unless you were like, hey, can you clean up the floor? Right? The other day you said, if I said, John, can you pick up all the stuff on the floor? Then he would see it. But if that's not on his mind, he doesn't, like, see things out of place.
Yes, except I'm training my brain, and my brain's being trained to see the things now because I know it bothers you, and you're going to ask me to do it. And so I'm like, I see that, and I could just walk past it, but
then if
I walk past it now, she's going to ask me to do it later, so I might as well just pick it up right now.
It's working.
And then when I pick it up,
it's working.
Especially if I do it in front of her, she's like, I saw that. I noticed
It's true, and I noticed that after I told you how much I appreciated, it was like trash. In the middle of the night when I change his diaper or like have nursing pads, like I toss them from the bed to the general direction of my trash can because I'm already waking up a bajillion times a night to feed him or change him or whatever. I don't want to get out of bed and have to like walk anywhere. It's just too much. So like he was picking up the trash and putting it in the trash bag, whatever didn't make it all the way in. And I told him how much I appreciated that. And then he's done it every time he comes in the room ever since. But I do, like, I would get up and do it when I get up in the morning, but I appreciate not having to, like, bend down and pick it up and the help, whatever. Anyway.
Yeah, I do what I can. I do what I can.
I mean, the biggest thing is just teaching that to our kids so that when they grow up and move out and have their own place, they know how to, like, keep up with it and maintain it. And I think that that's where having both of us, like, able to you know, manage has been helpful in the last few weeks. Or even my mom, she's very good at that. She does not mind telling them to get their butts to work. Probably because she grew up with like 20 times the workload and chores. So I think she's like, they barely do anything. They can do a lot more.
They definitely could.
They don't have that many chores. They have enough, and I think they could have more, but
what they do is helpful.
Mm-hmm. They help a lot with the animals.
Helpful.
Anyway. Oh, you guys are sweet. So yeah, we're doing good. I wouldn't say we're like thriving. We're not in that sweet spot yet, but I do feel like we're not drowning anymore. Like me pregnant felt like we were drowning. Me, and maybe the first few weeks. That's a chicken. Do you guys hear that? The chickens. Something scary happened, or there's a rooster action happening. You never know. You never know.
This is a family-friendly content here.
He doesn't let me put him down a whole lot, which is fine, because I also want to soak in this moment. So I take advantage of that. If he's fussy, I'm like, all right, I'm just going to sit and hold you, man. But that has made it a little bit harder to, like, do things. But again, I'm thankful for the girls, because for the most part, if I'm like, hey, Jude, can you do this? Or will you please help me with that? They do it. So we're doing it. We're doing it, Peter.
I was going to say that.
Is it hard to stay on top of taking care of the animals? Not really, because they're not like, what's a really high maintenance pet? I don't know. Like, they're mostly livestock. Even 2 of our dogs are livestock guardian dogs, so they live with our goats and our cows. We have 2 cows. Well, we have two cattle. One's a cow, one's a steer. Live with them because they protect them from like coyotes or any other predator. That's really like the worst predator that we have around here, I think. Maybe bears somewhere. Bobcats probably. But
rattlesnakes.
Rattlesnake, yeah. Well, they would bark. They did actually. That's how we found the snake that one day. If you guys saw the reel of me with the black snake, the dogs were barking at it. And we're like, they're barking at something like, it's a different bark that they have when there is something that they're barking at. So we feed them and give them water, and he milks the cow. But now, because we have the calf with her, the calf, like, if he doesn't really feel like milking, he can skip it because the calf will just drink the milk. So
it's pretty easy.
Yeah. And
the kids help.
The cats have like an auto
dogs.
feeder. We fill that up once, every few days. Yeah. The kids like doing those chores, and none of them are too difficult, except maybe milking completely. Like,
they don't do that.
They don't do that, though. He does ask me again in the spring, because we will have goats in milk, hopefully then. And that is specifically for the kids. They want to start their own little situation, so. Oh no, sorry. I'm talking quietly. Can you hear? There we go. Anyway, I don't know if you can see that. Good. Yeah. So, John's feeling a little frazzled, maybe.
Not too
I'm
bad.
I'm feeling hopeful. I'm feeling.
I think I just need to get out of the house every once in a while, because I went and shot today, and I was like, I feel better. So it's just.
Oh, thank you, Michelle. That's so sweet. That's all I'm gonna say.
Say hi to Tersha, because she said hi a lot of times.
Hello.
I just
don't know
want
how
to tell
to
her, or Tortilla. I don't know. However you say your name, but I'm saying hi to you.
Thank you. Someone said he's my twin. Well, I agree. I think he looks a lot like Marin and Everly, which is like my side. Oh, look. Oh, hey, buddy. Oh, where are you going?
He doesn't know what's going on.
He's like, Mom, can you stop? But really, I try to keep him awake more through the day so that he sleeps better at night. Oh, hi. Oh, there you are. I think his eyes are getting darker. I think. I can't really tell. Look at these faces he's making right now, John. I was trying to show you. Oh, there he is. There you go. Hi. Good morning. It's still daytime, and he's back out. Dude, that bath knocked him out. Knocked him out.
I was showing you.
Sorry, I can't see.
Where was that?
What?
Oh, that.
What kind of makeup do you wear? Thank you. So funny enough, because I knew, this is the first time I've actually worn, well, yeah, I've worn it for a while now, a few weeks. I linked it. So the link connected to this video is to my makeup. It is Merit.
Do you have to show it or something?
I don't think so.
Show.
Oh, show. No. Oh. Ha! Okay, so the link is connected to the video. Oh, I found this company earlier this year. It's all clean and good for your skin, and it takes me 5 minutes. And that is why I'm like obsessed with it, because it literally like just, it's the simplest routine. I know I've put it on a video before. He's looking at you.
Look at me.
You want to look at your daddy? But yeah, I love it. And it comes, your first order comes with this cute little brown bag for free too, which I really like. Are you family? If not, oh wait, I didn't see that.
I said they'd like to see him someday.
Oh.
Maybe they're family. I don't know who said that. I didn't see you comment.
I didn't see who said either. Yeah, sorry. If we skip some questions, it's probably because it's just personal or for privacy reasons, or we just didn't see it. But, hey, you see Daddy? Look, he's looking at you.
Hi.
Oh, that's...
Hi.
Where did our kids go?
They're on the front porch doing something.
Okay. They were... the rest of the kids were out back cleaning up, and that's why we came out here. And now they're all gone. Oh, congratulations, Brenda. Number one advice to people starting out with homeschooling, feeling overwhelmed. That feeling doesn't usually go away, no matter how I feel like organized you are or disorganized you are. The best advice is to go with your kids' like interests, because they will get a lot farther in life they will get a lot farther in life by loving to learn than they will by like just being forced to learn things that they don't care about. Does that make sense? What did I say to my mom the other day? Oh, you can pause. Hold on, John.
I'm listening to you.
Okay.
What did you say to your mom the other day?
No, I was when she was here, I told her something about, it was some random fact. We had the magnet blocks, and Israel brought me one, and he said, like, I don't know what he said, but I said, it's a triangle. I said, it's an isosceles triangle, and my mom, like, looked at me sideways, and I was like, I did really well in geometry. Why do I remember the types of triangles? I don't know. Have I ever used it a day in my life? No. Will I ever?
Then.
Maybe then, to
When
teach
you
the
said
kids.
it's an
But, like, I know, but, like,
isosceles
who it doesn't really matter. I guess if you want to be an engineer or something, or a geometry teacher, maybe an artist. All in all, that's to say, when we go to school, like, don't recreate public school at home. There's a reason you're homeschooling. And I think that, like, we learned so much random information. A lot of it is just memorization. I think if you can find what your kids are interested in and then help them learn math and English and all the things within the framework of that interest, they'll love to learn, and they'll be inclined to learn, and they'll go a lot further. Does that make sense? Yeah.
It does make sense, yeah.
And if they pick up something like I want to say start as a hobby, but like really get interested in woodworking or electrical engineering, you know, like starting with those little tinker boxes or whatever, they could theoretically like learn enough on their own and get experience to like come out of graduate homeschool ready to start a job with experience in the field versus somebody who's like graduating, going to college, still not sure what they want to do.
I think one of the best things we've done too, with
This is a whole
not
nother
really
video
intentionally, but yeah, we don't have to continue too much longer, but was because we kind of don't do a lot of screen time. Our kids don't look at tablets, they don't look at iPads really a little bit, but they have like time they're allowed to do that and whatever. Watching shows, we don't really watch a lot of TV, a little bit. What they do have is an abundance of books, and so they'll grab books, they go to the library, they get books, and they just read a lot and learn and find things that they're into through reading these books. So we have these like Usborne books and things where it's just like a bunch of different, it's like science and it's math and there's all kinds of stuff mixed into these books, and they just like to look at them and flip the little flaps over and read that. And so they're like giving me information. I'm like, where'd you learn that? I'm like, I read it in one of our chicken books and just like stuff like that. I'm like, so if you put the right like information and the right content in front of them, they're going to take that and learn so much more than we could even potentially teach them in a school setting. So that's my biggest.
My kids have learned a lot more about math through like baking and cooking and like, you know, Elena and I the other day were going over decimals in the context of like fractions. So, because she was trying to make zucchini bread, but the recipe said, 1.33 cups. And she was like, what is that? And so we talked about like the difference between, fractions and decimals and how, and drew pictures and like kind of learned through that. Does that make sense? Anyway. Okay. Before, like, we'll have to do a whole homeschooling live, but he's getting hangry that fast, huh? You wake up and you're like, already feed me. Me too. He's so cute. You guys can't even see it. I want to turn him around so you can just see how sweet he is. But look. Hey, yeah.
They just never look as cute on screen as they do.
He looks adorable. Look at him right now. Look at that
He's
face. Yeah. Okay. Love you guys. Turn this around, John. Unhook me. Actually, and then grab Cohen for just a minute. I'll show you what that sound is. This is our... There we go. We've got Israel driving his car. There they are. We're cleaning up the backyard. I went too far. I went too far from the house. The internet's going.
We love you guys. We'll see
talk
y'all
to you
later.
soon. Thanks for hanging out with us. Bye.